Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Challenge Accepted. And this is my second go at lifting this incredible page from Scrap Squad. It's the weekly lift, lift number 2 for 2022. And my previous one, I kind of followed the pattern in the pattern paper and kind of let that determine the shape of things. For this one, I didn't do it exactly as it was done here, where the layers go waterfall down here and then waterfall up here. That's just a great technique. And I will do it that way someday, but I didn't actually remember that it was done that way until after I had already kind of started tearing and I hadn't thought through the process. So that frequently happens when I kind of get in a little bit of a hurry. So let me, I'm going to be scrapping a photo of Reese, the crazy dog, out in the snow that fell yesterday and is still kind of a little bit around today. I did have a wood grain in my supplies, but I'm using mostly Bow Bunny Powder Mountain, and this is what I've cut some of the greenery with, and I just kind of wanted to tell you that this is the first time I've used, this is my die. It's the first time I've done this where I fold the paper over and cut and get 2 sets of die cuts. And I think I'm able to do that because I got those magic pads from scrapbook.com. That was one of my Christmas presents to myself that I used a gift certificate for. And they're wonderful. You kind of have to play with them a little bit and do some, I put a couple layers of folded cardstock underneath them to shim them to get the perfect cut. But I do get perfect cuts, and there's a lot less weeding that I have to do with this tool right here. So just a little, I was thrilled with this. So I got greenery from both sides. I used, have this kind and this kind that got from the polka dot side. So enough about that, and I'll put that away. I used another of my jelly prints. I wish I had, well, let me go get the jelly print. If you'll hang on a minute, I'll let you look at that a little bit longer. I'll get the jelly print. So this is the original, and it's got a little bit of purple, some yellow, some kind of white peeking through that was some texturing done. But I scanned this and printed it, and then I stamped. I used my Vicky Bouton floral stamps. I stamped flowers out of it. So those are the flowers I'm going to use. That I kind of wish I had looked at my winter papers before I chose that particular gel print, because I had trouble matching the blues, but I think the Bow Bunny Powder Mountain does match. And the wood grain that I'm using is Echo Park I Love Winter. So those are the papers. Now I'm going to put that aside. I have already done the matting behind the photo and the tearing of the papers. And I'm going to go ahead And you can kind of see that my tearing strategy wasn't absolutely perfect. I didn't want to subject you all to the agony of watching me try to tear those at the same angle. I didn't quite get it right, so I had to patch right in here, but it doesn't really show. And then down here, I can see that I have a piece of paper I'm going to need to trim. And we'll see how this looks. And then I'll bend and fold the papers as needed to kind of increase the... I really like that, the look of these colors together. Even the wood grain, even the beiginess of it, I'm not minding. And I don't know what happened to Kathy, but I think this, maybe the secret to not hating brown and beige is to think of it as wood grain, because I love wood grain, always have. I guess I could also think of it as Reese color, because that's actually how I chose the papers. Was I kind of looked, the way that Allie took the photo, the snow looks a little bit blue, and and of course the dog is beige. And I didn't filter this photo at all. She caught Reese in the motion of, she got, her paws were wet and cold, and she lifted them both up at the same time. So she started almost galloping like a horse. But I'm sure that was adorable. and she just caught it perfectly. I love that photo. And I did try, you know me, I did try some filters, and none of the filters looked as cute as the actual photo itself. And I kind of like doing this, a snow page, using this kind of waterfall technique with my torn papers, because it kind of looks like snowdrifts. And because it's, and this is all kind of serene and adult looking here, but because the subject of the photo is a crazy dog, I'm gonna have some fun with it and introduce some silliness. And I'm also, because my flowers have a fair amount of yellow in them, I'm gonna maybe try to add a few yellow accents here and there with flair and or other stuff. Okay, so this is how that's gonna get turned. This is how that's gonna go in on. I'm gonna add some foam. Let me get my tray of foam. The tray is kind of going down here. Let's see. I'm gonna put some on here, and let's see how that works. I want the edge of this to be on the white. Okay, that seems to work. And now I'm gonna add I fussy cut from one of the papers, and I don't know, okay. This is the paper. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? That's from Powder Mountain. There's this little birdhouse on a birch tree. So I'm gonna set up a little scene over here like they did in the original, and maybe add some fun to that. The paper kind of the folded paper holds it up as if I had foam on it. I'm going to use one, or at least one of these partial flowers to kind of introduce that down here. Let's trying to find just the right size piece of foam so that I don't have to cut too much. Just gonna put enough to raise it and give it some dimension. Kind of like that. And I want to add some of the die cut greenery here. And I was just thinking, after I had already stamped and cut those, maybe I should put that right there. I will do that. After I had already die cut those flowers, why didn't I stamp and die cut snowflakes? Wouldn't that have been nice? A nice interpretation of the okay. And do I want the white side of that or the brownish side? I'm going to go with the white side. I had the glue flowing just a little bit ago. I tested it. So I would be very upset if it weren't flowing now. Come on, I want that to... I'm going to press that down so the glue meets the paper, but then I want the rest of it to kind of stay up. And I kind of thought I would put a little penguin kind of peeking up behind the flower right there, just to add that bit of fun. I'm going to do the penguin with the... I ordered these from Etsy, from Jaylin Paper Company, jaylinpaperco.etsy.com. And I just got on Etsy and searched for penguins. Penguin stickers, I think I asked for. So I'm going to cut this off because I don't particularly need to see the feet of the penguin, but I'm going to keep the penguin feet in case I want to add penguin feet to something. Okay, there. So I've built that little scenario. Now I'm almost a little bit afraid to get started on this. I have this frame that I'm wondering if I want to use it at all. I'm going to put some glue on here, or I tell you what, I'll just do that and see if I can get that to stick. I need it to stick at 2 points. Just in order to stay straight. So let me go ahead and, well, okay, let me get that frame. It says funny, and it's so cute. And I was thinking of putting it there so that you could see Reese through it. I don't know that I need that. I'm gonna kind of hold off for now. Now I'm gonna look at some of the putting some of the flowers really just, let me see if I have a, that does not work. I had a perfectly wonderful bent paper clip that was the perfect size, and I had it hanging on that cup, and I thought, oh, what a wonderful system. And then it's not there. So this paper clip is not gonna work. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to my pen and my Nuvo glue pen. Bring it down, and I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue there and let that go kind of in between those layers. Now I'm going to choose a smaller flower and put it down at the paper layer level, kind of right there. And I'll add some greenery. I kind of want to build the floral clusters as I go along. So that I can see where I need things, where I may need some extra things. Do that, and that glue is not making contact quite as well as the other. I'm going to use a really bright yellow flare here to kind of really bring out that yellow. And I'm going to use that acrylic Word Explorer that's been in my stash forever. These are from the January release, this XL Flare, and it's Rainbow Snowflakes, Rainbow Snowfall, or I hope I'm saying that right. And I'm going to put a polar bear, a baby polar bear, on my snowflake, kind of overlapping the flower. And I'm going to add a little white snowflake sticker there. And I'll add another one here. And another one. Well, I'll add some sequins. Okay, so I've got that. Now I want to do another flower with, I've used this one that has some purple on it. I thought I might do another one, maybe overlapping the photo. Sure, why not? But I'll put some foam behind it, a small piece of foam to prop it up. There. Okay. Why is it not sticking? Let me get my glue stick and see if that'll help it stick. It's got several layers of paper that it needs to somewhat, getting those things stuck to me, all kinds of things there. Let me put this little penguin. This penguin was on the other side of the wood grain, and I'm just really not happy with what's happening here. Nothing is sticking because I guess there are so many layers, but I still don't think that should keep it from sticking entirely. Okay, so let me get this guy down, and I'm gonna switch over to my foam tape because it has good, reliable stickability. I'm trying to kind of scooch that down where the fact that it's torn doesn't show, and I can always put a flower right there. And why don't I do that here? But I need a whole one, I guess. But I can hide it behind there. Ah, come on. I need Kleenex now. I'm kind of making a mess. There we go. Okay. Now, I kind of want the flowers now to come down. I really like the flow of that. My title's gonna go right here, so I don't want any flowers there, but then the flowers will come this way and kind of wrap around. So let's put some more greenery up here maybe. And I've also got some wooden leaves. I sure wish that was working, because that, and I have a brand new bottle of it somewhere right here. Let's break open the new bottle, because it's the best glue. And let me make sure that touches the paper. And I kind of have to bring down the fold to make that happen. And I have this wood leaf that I thought might look nice there. I'm going to cover this up and put it back. The glue is a little too fluid. And I have no idea where these wood leaves came from. They could have been in a collection that I got at Joann a million years ago, or they could be from Scrapping Reflections, or Redefined Creative. I get wood veneer things from both, from anywhere. I'm addicted to wood veneer. I may as well admit it. I'm gonna put that leaf under here. Okay, and then right over in there, I want a small bit of the greenery. And it's not, it came out of the die together and it doesn't want to separate. And I'll kind of stick that between the flower and the wood veneer, and it'll be kind of propped up like that. Okay, now coming down around here, I think I'm going to go with another large flower and have it down there, except propped up a bit on one side. There. And let's get a partial one to kind of scooch in here between those layers. And I'm gonna do another partial one down at ground level underneath there. I'll do another big one right here, and I'll try to hide that kind of straight line that's there. Let's see. I'm going to curl these edges up. I sometimes forget that I shouldn't do that until the end when I have finished layering things on top. I'm also going to add in a flare. This is from the January release, and it is Bouquet Winter, I think, or Bouquet Snowfall. It's Bouquet something, and it's gorgeous. And I'm going to put it here and maybe have a sprig of greenery in this color scheme, kind of coming out from behind it. That's something I like about the original, is that the leaves and greenery kind of overlay, you know, layer over the flowers. Here's another partial flower, and I'm gonna kind of scooch it in under there. And then I'll get, I don't like that flower. I kind of stamped it right over the circle and it looks weird. They probably all look weird, but that one looks weird even to me, so I know it would look weird to you. Put that right there. And then I might do one more flower down here, and then I'll start kind of curling up. This one has some disturbing looking blue lines in it too, so maybe I'll layer some greenery over that one. I might end up having just exactly the right amount of flowers. I wasn't sure about that. And I have that one to spare in case I need to tuck one underneath some others. Let's see. There, and one more. Okay, now there's the kind of a little open spot right there. I'm gonna do a blue dog paw, because there are dog paws in that snow. And I'm gonna scooch it in among the flowers. There we go. I'll kind of have it under these two, but over that one. And I can do some greenery poking out of that one. Let it curl around there. I've got a wooden leaf that I thought might look nice, kind of right in this area somewhere. Maybe I'll do a double leaf here with this open one and that one together. It's not exactly monochrome, but it's kind of definitely I think I'm going to put the word explore down here. It's meant to be a title, but I'm actually going to put a real title. I've got this journaling, which I kind of, let me see if I have enough of the wood grain to back it. I do, and especially if the wood grain goes the other way, that'll look nice. I just kind of want it to stand out a little bit more than if I just put the white there. I might try trimming that with scissors. This does not usually go well for me, but it might be easier than making space for my trimmer. I've seen people, I think Adam is one who says that he doesn't use his trimmer for small cutting like that. And that's when I need to use my trimmer, because I can, because I don't do it straight. And when I don't do it straight, I can cover it up by distressing it. So here we go. Tip of the day. Distressing covers a multitude of sins. So I'm going to put that there. Kind of overlap my little scene right there. I have this little penguin flare that I want to use. Let's see. If I can lift that up and maybe tuck it in right there. I think that'll work. Get some adhesive on it. I kind of like the way it's coming together. I have a couple of Suzanne Madison's squirrels, and I'm going to use it not because there's anything to do with Ava on this page, although Reese is her dog. I've got these other two flares. This one is from the Cloudy set, and I forget what this one is. They're both January, but I don't think I need them, so I'm going to put them in my bowl to put away. I'm going to toss this flower. I have another polar bear here and some more snowflakes. I'm going to put the polar bear kind of right there. Do I want him there or on the white? That's okay. I hate to cover up that pretty blue layer there, but I do want to put the mama polar bear in, maybe like that. Okay, we'll go with that. And now I'm gonna use the rest of my greenery to kind of add some further cascading of the floral cluster. It's not picking under there. Let's see, I'll use this one that's in a different color scheme. And then it looks like I need or could use some right in here. So I'll do that. Like that. And then I'll use another bit over here. And then where shall the last bit go? This last little one, it could go here, or it could go right here by the penguins. I think I might just, I could even add to this one. Or put it up there. I think I like it here. Maybe here by the penguin. Let's put the glue on it. This always happens. My last little bit, I usually have 4 or 5 places that it could go. And I have trouble making up my mind. I'm going to lift that up because I like that curly Q there. Okay. Another wood leaf right here, maybe. I like that. I have some of the glass-like leaves from Redefine Creative. That have some yellow and actually some pink in them. And I thought that might be a way to add just an accent color. I like having one right there. Maybe I'll put the second one up there too, because it's right around that yellow flare, and they both have yellow. And I think they look nice there. And I've got another one of these maple leaves. And I could do it maybe there. Or how about here? I think I'm done with the wood leaves, so I'll use those on something else. I'll go ahead and use all of these snowflakes, and I'll scatter them around on the non-white papers. I'm going to do one right here on the E. And then I'll do that one bridging the paper there. Have a couple more. My idea was to kill this little sheet. My winter supplies are among several that are, I have quite a few and don't use them much. And I'd like to get some of the newer stuff, but I don't need it because I have so much of that. So I'm determined to use it and to kill as many, especially embellishment sheets, as possible. Okay, so I have my 2 squirrels. There's this one, and it was cut to be used on this brown side, but I like the yellow because it kind of brings out the yellow that was in my I'm going to kind of put it right there. Now the blue one I could put here, but he wouldn't show. Maybe I could have him up here checking out the penguin, but then he'd cover the leaf. I'm going to do that, but I'm going to put a tiny little piece of foam underneath him to prop him up. So that we can see him. And I'm hoping that little bit of foam doesn't show where I'm going to put him. Kind of have him, well, it does show. So I'll cut it smaller. All right. These things are really tiny and I love them, but popping them up there's where I could use some of the pre-cut little pop dots. Maybe, I don't know, that I don't like that. How about on here? He's a different texture, and that's kind of the place where the squirrel is on the original. So I kind of like that there. Okay, I have these little acrylic stars in various shades of blue. So I'm going to kind of stick them around before I do sequins. I've got another penguin I wanted to use here. There's just this cute little guy, and where can I put him? Like maybe right here behind the polar bear. Okay, I had to use 3 penguins on there and only had 2 polar bears. Stars. I'm working on stars here. I'm gonna go with this one right here. And then this one right here. And now a few sequins, and I'm going to pick out the snowflake sequins that are in this. It's called Cold Days Ahead, and it has white flat sequins and cupped sequins, and then it has snowflake sequins. And they appear to be iridescent and will probably look pink on camera. The way the light is shining on them, they look pink. And then I think there are some that are just silver. So I'm going to kind of go around here And I'll take just this one it's kind of silver holographic. So I have snowflakes there, and let me put one here. And I've got one more that's just plain white. Well, I have a little tiny one too. So I'm going to use the white one maybe over here with these snowflake stickers. And then I'm going to try to pick up this tiny little one and put it over here by this blue star, if I can actually get it down. Very good, that worked. Okay, so I'm done. It's a snowy page with penguins and polar bears and puppies and squirrels and an unexplained shot of yellow. So, hope you enjoyed it. I love this design, and I kind of stayed a little bit truer to. I haven't put the title on, but I won't make you watch me do that. It's gonna be called Frosty Paws. I'm gonna use this darker blue for the word Frosty and the lighter blue for the word Paws. So I'll do that off camera. Thank you so much for watching. I'll bring it up for some detail close up there. And I'll see you next Thursday for another challenge accepted. It'll be another Scrap Squad lift, and it'll be my second try at that one too. Bye.